Hello everyone, this is Mona. Yes, I am 68 and overweight. I am here to share my Zep-bound journey with you. I hope all is well with you and yours. I want to share with you today about the INBODY test. That's what it's called right there. They had this machine in my gym, and as I questioned them, they told me a little bit about it. I stepped on it and it told me how to stand. I only stood on it for about a minute, and after that I got this whole printout right here. It gave me information about my muscle fat analysis. It gave me my obesity analysis, my segmental lean analysis, my body composition history, my body fat lean body mass, and my basal metabolic rate, and my SMI, which is my skeletal mass. So all of this tells what's going on in my body. So it's more than just looking at the weight. You could look at the weight and the weight could go down, but you could still have a lot of fat even though the weight goes down. So you have to make sure that the skeletal mass, which mine is only 54, and my body fat is 102, I need the scale for the muscle mass to get higher. Okay, and as one go higher, the other one go lower. So here, let me read the back for you real quick. It says monitoring your weight is not enough. Weight can be misleading when used as an indicator of health. Well, that's a good point, because somebody could be real thin and they're in poor health, and we may assume just because they're thin that they're healthy. I remember years ago I decided I was going to be a trainer for the Y, and I was working. I remember I was doing a class doing abs and stuff, and I always had a little bit of weight to me, but I remember the person over me told me skinny is not necessarily healthy, and having weight on you doesn't make you unhealthy. It all depends if it's proportioned the right way. But mine not being an expert on that, I don't understand it fully. But let me finish read this. It says anyone may experience frustration when their weight shows no change, even with exercise and an improved nutrition. Your body is a complex structure made of different components, such as body water, fat, and muscle. Your body cannot be expressed with one simple number. And also, I wanted to tell you that I weighed in after my first week 201, and I started at 204. Now that's on my home scale, but the scale at the gym has me 202, and the scale at my doctor's office today for my wellness visit had me, it was a little bit different. So I think it's important to stick to one scale. So even though if it say you lost 4 pounds, you still lost 4 pounds because you're going by that scale. But if you compare it to the other scale, they just may be calibrated different. So it says the INBODY test will show a true assessment of your body. To thoroughly learn about your body and its condition, take the INBODY test. In less than 60 seconds, the INBODY not only examines the composition of your body, but it also reveals percentage of body fat, muscle distribution, and body water balance, components that are key in understanding more about your body. Now, it had said that for my water, I had 73.4 pounds of water in my body. Well, I looked it up, and it said for a person, a woman 50 plus, you should have 45 to 64. So, and every time I search, I keep finding the same thing. So if that's correct, I have enough water in my body. And since I was warned about the importance of drinking a lot of water with Zep-bound, I've been drinking extra water. And to go on, it says, track your progress with the INBODY test. Taking the test once will give you a snapshot of your body in that moment of time. However, taking the INBODY test consistently will give you a timeline of your progress. So like my skeletal numbers is 54, my fat number is 104. I need the skeletal body muscle to increase, and I need the fat mass to decrease. And also, like I said, the scale won't tell me how much water's in my body. And it won't tell me that my left arm has much more weight than my right arm, which means I'll need to build up my muscles and my right arm more. Same goes for the legs. So it's pretty neat. It also says, watch the improvements from exercise and diet, and do not let your hard work go to waste. The bottom tells you what to do prior to testings, which is remove socks, shoes, and anything in your pocket. Stand upright for 5 minutes before testing, which I did not do. Use the bathroom, take the test in the morning, and if you have any type of pacemaker or essential support device such as monitoring system, pacemaker, anything, which I think I just repeat that, you must not take the test. So that's good. Find out about it if you want, and let me know, how they work for you. I did have my physical today. So I shared with my doctor about what happened with my blooper, which it's on another video. So if you didn't see that, go back and look at that. And found out she had samples of Zepbound. And it expires June 17th, but it's still good she gave me a 4-pack. But I don't know if I'll use it after that, but I will at least have one. So instead of me now, I pushed it 2 days later because I was short one. So instead of taking it 9 days from now to try to stretch it for the month, I can now take it because I have this extra one. I am going to read up and find out if I could take it in 6 days instead of 7. One, because it's weakened, because it's getting closer to expiration. But I will definitely look into it before I go ahead and do that. And she told me to continue with my pulmonologist because he's the one who prescribed it because I have sleep apnea. She said I don't need a weight management doctor. I don't need a nutritionist because I've seen nutritionists before and I know what to eat and what not to eat. I am probably overloaded in protein, and I'm trying to make sure I eat more carbs. I don't think I'm eating enough, and I realize you do need a certain amount of carb every day. So I like sweet potato, Cuban sweet potato, Japanese sweet potato. So I found some regular yellow orange sweet potato, which is good for sweet potato pie for me. So I just figure I'm steaming it right now, so at least I could eat that. That's a complex carb. So it's like a healthy carb, so I'll eat that with my food. But I don't have to, that's better than my eating bread. I do have Dave breads, which I've said before, but I'll probably only eat 1 slice with a little bit of peanut butter. So we talked about, I looked up questions to ask your doctor. So I read up on T3, T4, and something else. It has to do with your thyroid. They said you should get it tested before you get on the Zepbound. So I'm sure I've had it before, but I told her and she requested my getting it again. So the insurance I have, I don't have to get referrals, and I don't have to, and it pays for everything. And it costs enough too. So I had her take the blood work for that today. So I will get the results soon. What else? We talked about, I think that's about it. Everything went well in my physical. So I'm not going to hold you a long time. Next time I have something I want to talk to you about, so look for it. It's the 5 things that are on the mind of a Zepbound user. So I thought about that, and I was like, I think I'll share that. This is what, according to Mona, everyone may not agree, and everyone may have different things on their mind. So right now, that's it for now. Keep on pressing on until we chat again. Tutu for now. Bye.